Let's find out. Good morning. What's happening? It's the 3rd of March. It's 8:30 in the morning, and we're going to do some D&D. Session 88, Odyssey of the Dragonlords, titled Gilded Butterflies. That sounds sus to me. But before we get into it, let's do a recap and find out exactly what happened last time, if Acadia is here.
Good morning. Can everybody hear me?
Hi.
Great. Good morning. Streaming live from Ottawa, Canada. We begin the session on our 91st day together with only 40 days remaining of the Oath of Peace. Nico is astonished to see his wife and twin girls who we thought were dead. She is cooking his favorite meal. The children address Demetrius and Corbin as uncles, and his wife treats us like we're old friends. We have dinner there, but after 10 minutes or so, Arcadia and Corbin excuse themselves, but not before Arcadia suggests the boys stock up on diamonds so Nico can cast Revivify or Greater Restoration. Demetrius overstays his welcome, not picking up on Nico's wife's hints for him to leave, and finally departs around midnight. When Arcadia leaves, the crowd starts to cheer and follow her, asking her for autographs. She heads to the nearest magic shop looking for a ring of protection, but he does not have one. He does have a bag of holding, which is fancier and a more feminine one than the one the boys have. It has fringe and a pink tassel. It is not her style, so she leaves. When she walks out, a young woman walks up, dressed head to toe in the finest outfit. And she says that at Tiffany's, they have a new clothing line, and they would be wondering if she would like to model it and maybe wear some, and they could compensate her. And if anyone asks where she got the armor from, she would say from them. Arcadia declines for the moment, but says they know where to find her. Corbin activates his dragon wings and flies towards the palace. Vengeance is in his bag of holding with her head popped out like Paris Hilton's little toy dog. He sneaks into Gaius's bedroom and hides in an armoire while Bella, the concubine, and Gaius have sex. After Bella leaves, Corbin comes out, and about 8 hours have passed since he spun the Wheel of Fortune, so he no longer makes people laugh when he talks. He asks Gaius about the potions of aging, but he hasn't seen them and doesn't think there are any. Corbin tells him he wants him to join the Dragonlords, but Gaius doesn't like taking oaths and suggests they have brunch in the morning because he's naked right now and it's not the time for a long conversation. But before he leaves, Corbin mentions the Island of Time and how Vengeance was an adult there, but Gaius doesn't believe him. Corbin flies back to the Ultros and goes to sleep. Gravik finished writing his play in the 3 days we had been at sea, so he goes out to look for the Bard's Guild. And as he exits the boat, a crowd of young women follow him around. Some pull his hair out for souvenirs, and he signs autographs, one on a girl's cleavage, which he then runs off to get tattooed. But then he's overwhelmed and casts Dimension Door to get away. He finds himself in an alley and sees people attending a play. He sees a playbill that says, "When I Was Young" by Gravik Thorne, and watches the play. It's been going on for a while, but he sees it's the story of his life, ending with him meeting the party. And as the play comes to the end, the good-looking actor who plays him is dressed to the nines in a bright cloak and goes up to a group, which is a trolly-looking woman, a little midget that looks like Danny DeVito, a man who's wearing like a horse costume, and another midget with a very long beard. They don't have lines. They just stand there like background characters. And at this point, someone says, "And this is where the great and mighty Gravik found these poor souls and decided to join their motley crew. And the rest is history." The audience responds with much clapping and cheering.
I'm laughing at
Gravik
this whole
just
thing.
thinks they're gonna fucking kill me. When he gets to the Bard's Guild, he sees a banner in the back hanging from the ceiling with a big picture of himself. And the producer is a monkey. He's wearing a bowler hat. And he doesn't have any pants on. And music starts playing. The monkey takes off the bowler hat, takes a nasty dump in it, puts the hat on Gravik's head, and takes off running. And for those of you who are watching us live, you too can buy Clyde the Poo-Slinging Monkey, this time bought for Gravik by Baron Brogar. Gravik immediately takes off the shit-filled hat, which smells like peanut butter, tosses it away, and casts prestidigitation on himself to clean himself up. The monkey comes back and apologizes. It turns out he's a bard that sang a jingle for someone who was very unpleased, and she turned him into a monkey. Gravik finds out he wrote the play he saw just about 4 or 5 months ago when he first met Clyde. He gives his new play to Clyde to produce, describing it as being about our latest adventures. Clyde gets very excited, saying they're going to make so much money together, and asks Gravik if he wants his cut from the last 2 months' take. He directs him to Bridget the Midget downstairs in the armory. Gravik asks him who cast the current play, but he doesn't get an answer. Gravik wants to recast the party because, of course, he's worried about the party's response. But Clyde says everyone loves them and they're under contract. He is told that that's the way Gravik described the party. But Gravik doesn't believe him and asks for a copy of the script and is given the first draft. So when he goes downstairs to meet with Bridget, he finds his cut from the last 2 months is 100,000 gold pieces. His play is very popular and it's spreading all over the land. He takes 10,000 and tells her to invest the remaining 90,000 gold into the play to spread it further throughout the land, perhaps even as far as Themis, and increase the production values. He then heads towards a magic shop. He doesn't have the pussy rapier he wants, but they tell him to go to the boss in the shady part of town, that he deals in high-end oddities. And he finds the boss in his club, and a bouncer recognizes Gravik and escorts him inside past the long line. He's taken to a hulking figure in the corner, and when he speaks to him, the man doesn't answer, but somebody sitting right next to him answers for him. The boss's name is Fisk, and he highly enjoys Gravik's plays. The boss hints, or the man through the boss through the man hints at having a variety of exotic rapiers that do more than just damage, but none do lightning or thunder. So Gravik just settles for a +3 rapier because he needs to improve his ability to hit something. It costs him 9,999 gold pieces, and is told it will be on the Ultros when he gets back. And he finds that Mr. Fisk enjoys his play and the depiction of Ametreus. And Gravik then tells him it's exactly what he intended when he wrote the play and talked to the casting director. Fisk suggests that in the next play, Ametreus is a little bit more centaur-y. Gravik pulls out a phoenix feathered writing quill from Lutheria's Hall of Trinkets without even really realizing that's what it is, and he writes down more centaur-y Ametreus play. And as he's leaving, he hears from behind him a very high-pitched voice. "Nice doing business with you." He realizes that was coming from Fisk himself. And when he gets to the Ultros, Gravik goes to his room and finds a package with a rapier in it. He starts swinging it around, but he's very clumsy and not really skilled at it. But he knows when he uses it with the spell Tensor's Transformation, it will allow him to use the weapon properly. Back to Arcadia, she goes to a couple of other stores, but doesn't find any bags of holding there. And she goes back and buys the Philly one, along with a quarterstaff, 3 flasks of Alchemist's Fire, and a set of manacles. And then she swings by Julius's place. And Julius was a bartender in a seedy bar, and that is where Moxina referred her when she was looking for a ring of protection. And she got one, but it's the one that Ametreus now wears. And she notices on the way she hasn't seen any thieves' cant anywhere. When she gets to the bar, it's now upscale, and Julius is very well done wearing makeup.
Hey there, music man.
He doesn't deal in magical items, but refers her to the boss. And on the way out, she sees a group of young women, one of whom is holding a playbill. And on it, it's a picture of Gravik's face, all well done, and says, "Come see how the mighty Gravik came to these lands, playing now through forever." She asks to see it and leafs through it, and it is a playbill listing the names of the actors and the roles and a little description of the play. It says it's playing in Mitros and coming to a city near you. And the theater is where the Minotaur encampment used to be. Arcadia goes to the palace and finds the Amazons still training. And while she's waiting, she checks in her bag, and she still has the package that Moxina gave her on Themis to give to somebody. And when training finishes, she asks to speak to Ileana in private. And Ileana showers and emerges wearing a dress with her hair all done up in a French braid. And Arcadia sits down, looks very serious. And when they go to the bench where it's nice and quiet, she puts her hand on Ileana's and tells her she needs to explain what happened to the party. And she starts off with trying to explain the concepts of time manipulation and alternate realities, saying she thinks something changed when they killed Lutheria and that somehow the influence that she had in this world stopped. She stops for a second to look at Ileana because she knows this is a lot to take in, and Ileana looks very confused. And then she then tells her that the Arcadia that left Ileana 5 days ago, that she is Arcadia, the one, but she's not at the same time. That the memories they share, at least, are that Arcadia's mother was stolen by a green dragon and that her Aunt Callista took over her upbringing. But then where things differ is that when Arcadia was almost 6, Moxina and her sisters were convinced by Lutheria to stage a coup, killing the queen and her bloodline with the exception of Darien, the sisters being cursed to be Medusas and Moxina being exiled to Mitros and becoming the head of the Thieves Guild. She pauses again, and Ileana is staring at her, very concerned. She continues, telling her about the bloody civil war and the way it was stopped, that the queen and Lutheria brought a plague down on the tribe of the hyena, and everyone above the age of 12 died, including Ileana's mother and Diana, her sister, older sister. And at this point, Ileana stops her, asking her why she's telling her this. And Arcadia says she wants her to know why she's different than the Arcadia that Ileana knows from 5 days ago. Because it was this event of Lutheria interfering with the Amazons that changed who she was. And when her mother was stolen, Arcadia shut down, but it was her aunt who brought her back, and they became inseparable. And she went back to being a normal kid, loving and trusting everybody and laughing and hugging. But when her aunt was executed for being part of the resistance against Lutheria, Arcadia emotionally closed herself off. And Ileana's hand slips away from Arcadia's, and she doesn't like what she's hearing. But Arcadia explains she didn't want to deceive her into thinking she's someone she's not, but that she should know through all of it she's always loved her, and that hasn't changed. But then she is sad to ask what their relationship is. She doesn't know, and she finds out that they are still life mates, but they're also married. Arcadia asks how they first met, and instead of Arcadia's version of them meeting when they were 13 and killing a man together, Ileana's version is Arcadia was trying to steal her kill, a boar. Arcadia wanted to show her aunt that she was ready to learn how to hunt, but she came across Ileana and tried to steal her boar, and they wrestled, leaving Ileana with a scar by her eyebrow. They were 9 years old. Ileana says she thinks Arcadia should go to see Dr. Fargrim. And Arcadia gets the sense that Ileana is humoring her, that she doesn't fully believe her. And Arcadia doesn't want to think about the situation anymore and asks to just spend some time together. And Ileana has wanted to see Gravix play, so they go. All of the actors, as I described before, are unattractive, with the exception of the one playing Gravik. And none of them actually acted. They're just kind of background characters at the end of the play. Arcadia is not happy with the trolly woman who plays her, but she looks at Ileana for cues as to how to react. And she liked it, so Arcadia does nothing. And at the end, Clyde, the monkey producer, comes out and informs everyone that a new script has been turned in and a continuation of Gravik's story is in the works. Arcadia and Ileana go to dinner, and the whole time people come up and ask Arcadia for her autograph. And then afterwards, Ileana says she needs to take off as she has an early morning. Even though Arcadia is back, her schedule cannot change because she's in the military. So then Arcadia is curious about the boss man. She goes to the club where a bouncer escorts her out of the line. She asks about potion of aging, but the boss man, again talking through his aide, doesn't know about them. And the king was there an undisclosed amount of time ago asking about them as well, and they'll keep an ear out. So Arcadia trades a potion of fire giant strength for a ring of protection and gets 500 gold pieces in change. She asks about goggles of night, but it'll take a while for them to procure them, and she's not sure when she'll be back, so she declines. And the ring will be on the Ultros when she gets back. Nico spends family time together and spends time with his wife, and he was so distraught about losing them, and now they're back in his life again. After Ametros finally leaves Nico's around midnight, he goes to the wealthy district of Mitros and finds the most high-class and expensive brothel and speaks to the madam there, trying to find a buyer for the axe of Xander and the chariot of Helios, the sun god. She is surprised he doesn't go to his friend, the boss man, which, remember, in our reality, this is the man Ametros wants to kill because he caused all the prices in Mitros to go up for us. And so he decides to look him up in the morning, but in the meantime, he asks for 50 of her finest male and female prostitutes. He drinks one of the potions of stamina he asked Vulcan to craft and has an insane orgy all night, spending 2,000 gold pieces on the most insane food and amenities. And as they're lying there after he has ravished them all, one of the girls says, Man, they were wrong about that play. Holy shit. And Demetrius finds out that in Gravik's play, he is depicted as a eunuch. He will watch it the next day. We all take a long rest. Arcadia gets up really early and goes hunting with Nyx. And about after an hour and a half, because she has to go outside of the city, she finds a deer. She builds a pyre and sacrifices it to Kentamane. She's always prayed to him, but ever since he helped them in their fight against Lutheria, she has been praying more, thanking him for his intervention. And there is no general indication a god accepts a sacrifice, so she just burns it and hopes for the best. Nika goes to the jeweler's district and picks up 600 gold pieces worth of diamond dust and 600 gold pieces worth of diamonds. Demetrius goes to the club, and people ask him why he's there instead of at the boss man's house. Apparently, he knows where he lives. And they lead him to a very nice home, and Demetrius knocks at the door, and the door opens, and Fisk answers. You son of a bitch! Demetrius instantly draws his weapons, but seeing Fisk genuinely seems not to know what he's talking about, he stops and finds out that they fought at the beginning, but after you did this to me, we became friends. And he asks Fisk to try to sell the chariot of the sun god Helios, the axe of Xander, and along with 2 wands of the war mage made of dragon bone with Vulcan's stamp on it. Fisk thinks he can get 300 gold each for the wands, at least 4,000 for the axe, and maybe 30,000 for the chariot, and they agree on his regular commission. At which point Fisk says, cool, well, now that business is done, shall we summon the whores? And Demetrius is like, oh, no, I just came back from an orgy, and 1 orgy a week is enough. You motherfucker! You went without me this time? Yeah, but next time I'll invite you. God damn it! Demetrius goes to leave. As Fisk walks away, Demetrius hears tapping coming every time he walks, like click, click, click. And he realizes that Fisk's voice is so high because he doesn't have any balls, and the click-clack are substitutes. And as he walks away from Fisk's place, he says to himself, damn, alternate Demetrius, you make me proud. It's what I would have done. He then goes to the play, shows Gravik as a little kid, learning how to be a wizard and making people laugh, establishes him as a big writer. But in the last 10 minutes of the play, Demetrius sees the actors playing Arcadia and Corbin come out, and then he hears 2 coconuts clopping as a man comes out wearing a horse costume. There's nothing underneath the horse's kilt. Immediately, Demetrius bursts into a fit of rage and charges on stage. He punches the actor playing Gravik in the face and lifts the actor playing Demetrius over his head and throws him off the stage. He lifts his leg to the audience to show them his very intact manhood and begins taking a piss on the stage. Clyde runs out. The man playing Demetrius is Demetrius' friend. He's the one who suggested him. And Clyde tells him that Gravik is funding the play and that he came by yesterday, collected some money, and donated the rest of it to the production. And as Demetrius leaves, Clyde yells after him that Demetrius loved the play the last time he saw it. Demetrius barges onto the Ultros. Gravik is catching up on his sleep in his bunk and answers the door, only wearing an undershirt that goes down past his waist. Demetrius tells him he heard he picked up a lot of gold and that he saw his play. And Gravik says, still a work in progress, and that he needs to talk to the casting director. But Demetrius leans over, grabs him by the shirt, and drags him up top. And at this point, Arcadia and Nico have returned, and Corbin is getting breakfast on deck. And there's still a skeleton crew. Arcadia knows exactly what's happening and is kind of smirking. And Demetrius tosses Gravik into the sea. He tells him he's not setting foot on the Ultros until he does something about that play and brings him the money that his part in it earned. And he instructs the crew not to let Gravik back aboard. And explains to Corbin, who hasn't seen the play, that Gravik wrote a play and cast Arcadia as a troll and him as a eunuch horse. We hear some shuffling from below deck as someone is walking up. Kyra is holding her stomach. Guys, I don't feel so well. She falls and collapses to the deck. We end the session on our 92nd day together, with 39 days remaining of the Oath of Peace.
Yeah. That was good. That was really good. Don't want to go to Tony. All right. So, let's start. Just pick it right back up. Gravik's in the water. Where the hell did I put Gravik? Let's put Gravik over here. He's in the water. Kyra is holding her. Yeah, she held her stomach and collapsed to the ground. And now what?
And as I was starting to say before you... What?
Corbin tells Arcadia, perhaps you should see to her. It seems like it's one of those women things.
No, well, Arcadia would have run to Kyra and yells for Nico because she knows he's skilled in medicine. So she'll go up to him.
Nico runs up. Oh, Kyra, what is it? What
It-
ails you?
And she looks she looks very scared as she leans to the side and like pukes like so much, and it's like black bile coming out of her.
Oh, I hold her hair back.
And she keeps puking, and she doesn't look very good. She's extremely pale.
Do I recognize this stuff coming out of her?
Give me a medicine.
Oops.
You know what? Can I help him by giving him some? I was going to actually do that because I'm going to Arcadia recognizes anything. So can I give him some help
Sure.
with an advantage? So roll again, Nico.
Not too good. You think?
You know,
You
All
think
right, I'm just gonna.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, I'm just throwing something out there. Yeah, just in case she recognizes anything from being a woman, at least.
She does not.
As Corbin points out.
I will use Divine Sense at the same time.
Ooh, okay. So, Divine Sense, you do not pick up anything coming from Kyra.
Ooh.
Like, normally I pick her up as a Celestial, but not anymore.
Yes.
I will say something is very wrong. I don't feel any godly power from her anymore.
This is not good.
I don't feel good. And she pukes all over everywhere again.
I will say I think she's this may be because we killed Lutheria. She seems to be losing her godhood.
Because if
We should
Lutheria
bring her
was
to the temple.
we should see what's happening with Volk. I wonder what's happening to Volcom. Can we have the
I think the
let's go
temple
to the
would make more
temple.
sense.
Yeah, let's go to the temple, but we should probably also see what's going on with Volcom.
Are you going to try and take her to the temple or just leave her?
We should take
Can
her.
you dimension door her to the temple or something? Can someone teleport? She
I
doesn't
can
look like
just-
she.
Carry her.
Oh, flyer. Yeah. Let's go.
So when you go to pick her up, she screams in agony.
And Arcadia looks at Nico. It's like, can you do anything? Is there some sort of restoration or healing?
Yeah. Nico's gonna lay his hands on her stomach where she's in pain, and he will cast Greater Restoration on her.
Okay.
You chant plop plop fizz fizz.
Greater. I just want to read that really quick. Okay. So using that, like she was in agony and agony. When you used it, she went a limp.
Yeah, I would try to put her on my back and begin running towards the temple.
Okay.
She's gone limp.
And
And ask the party to follow me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Is someone going to kind of like hold her, like on it? Because especially if you're running, she's
I
like
would say.
limp and
Well, I would say it would probably be smoother if Corbin just flies her over there rather than it could jar her a lot being riding if he's big enough to carry her.
Yeah, he should be strong enough to carry her. She's light.
I will activate the dragon wings and do that.
all right. So obviously you would definitely get there before everyone else.
Yes.
So you land at the temple. You start bringing her in, and a bunch of priests and stuff come running out and ask what happened. What was wrong with her?
He is ill. Are any of the other 5 gods here?
No.
And anyone help her?
What?
The Oracle was here, right?
Yeah, is the Oracle here?
She is.
Bring the Oracle immediately.
And the Oracle pops out and comes rushing over. What's wrong with her? What happened?
I will whisper to her, she seems to be losing her divinity.
What?
And she seems very ill. Have you foreseen this?
No.
What can we do?
Bring her inside fast.
Alright, I follow.
And she'll lean over and she'll look at one of the aides and says, "Go get the doctor." And aide runs off.
I sense a foot coming. Yeah, you get her in, and as you're laying her down, you touch her skin, and she's like burning up, like extremely hot. And I think it maybe about this time, the party's probably getting close, unless someone, yeah, we can get the party close by about this time. While we're waiting on the doctor, I'm gonna have Vengeance breathe some cool air on her.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice.
Great
Yeah.
idea.
And you hear the party comes rushing in, and you guys see that Kyra is in the bedchamber, and she's completely soaked and kind of soaked in sweat, and Vengeance is hovering over her, breathing cold on her. And then you hear clop, 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 clop. What the hell? Get out of here! And you turn around and you see your old buddy Fargrim. Yeah, where is Gravic at the moment? Did Gravic? I'm assuming
He's
Gravic
still in
came
the
with him?
ocean.
I was wondering, my question was like, he ran downstairs to get dressed, and then we all took off. So I don't know. I wouldn't have stopped to tell him because I would have run after things.
Gravik would probably come back up onto deck and see that everyone's just gone, and just like, well, guess I'll go talk to the director, and I guess he's off doing his own thing while the group's dealing with Kyra, since he was kind of absent while that all happened.
Fair enough. Alright, so Fargrim comes in, and this is a different looking Fargrim. He has a staff, of course, but there's no foot on it. It's just a nice shoe, and he looks a little bit nicer, but he insists that everyone leaves here now as he looks at her. And then he would slam the door behind if you guys would acquiesce to leaving. Wait on it.
Nico looks at everyone, at Arcadia, Demetrius, and Corbin, and he has this look of like he's scared. And he says, I'm very frightened for Kyra.
Corbin will tell Demetrius, tell Nico. Nico, can you transform into something and see what's going on in there? We must know.
Ooh, good idea.
She'll see. And Nico's gonna wild shape into an ant
Nice.
and try to crawl under a crack in the door.
Okay, that's easy enough.
crawl up on the door and try to get a bird's eye view of what Fargrim is doing with Kyla.
So he has a medical bag, and he's doing like some medical stuff to her, and you see him. He's hooking up at like an IV and has like a little drip going, and he has he screams out for ice. Bring me ice, as he's getting some ice packs out and like cracking them open and like putting them around her body. Damn it, woman! Bring me some ice! And you realize...
Is there anybody in there? I thought he asked everybody to leave.
You realize that he's screaming through the door.
Oh, I will send Vengeance in to provide the ice.
Okay. And about 15-20 minutes, he kind of sits and... Okay, and then he'll stand up. Nico, you see him kind of stand up and like brush himself off, and he'll like kind of touch Kyra's forehead and shake his head, and he'll come out the door to the party.
Nico will climb back down and skitter up behind him, and then back into. Oh, there you are, Fargrim.
And he looks over at you and squints his eyes like,
Nico like winks.
What's happening to her?
Well,
What is your name?
I'm Dr. Fargrim. Nice to meet you.
Oh.
And he kind of wrings his hand and says, "Well, I don't know what's happened to her, but she is in what we call a coma."
Coma, what's that?
Uma.
Coma, like a coma. And he says it's a medical condition. She's completely out of it, but she's still hanging on barely.
Amitreus will say, I used to be able to sense her as a goddess, but now she no longer has that divinity within her. Could that be the cause?
She's not a god, you're saying?
Yes.
And he kind of looks at you like, what the hell are you talking? Like he can't comprehend that.
I will say that I have the ability to open my senses and see detect divine beings or devils and such through magic, and she used to sense as a goddess, but not anymore.
But she is a god.
So you've never heard of something like this?
No, I'm curious.
You know magic, or are you just a simple doctor?
He stands he straightens his 3.5 foot up, as tall as he can. I'll have you know, back in my day, I was a pretty good wizard.
I'll say, have you perhaps noticed any changes in the world recently?
No.
All of us have memories of a different world, and when we killed Lutheria, everything seems to have changed. Well, most things.
Yeah, he killed Lutheria. I'm part of the crowd of no body, no death. But I acquiesce. I know you guys have done some pretty damn cool things before, so maybe she is dead. Who knows?
I'm wondering if... Do you know anything about the death of a god, or what effects that might cause? Have you ever experienced something like that?
I personally have not experienced witnessing the death of a god. No, sir. This is good music, but it's not for this.
Arcadia, so I'm just double checking. You said he doesn't look like he recognizes any of us. So that whole thing of us visiting him with camos in the deck and all that jazz, he doesn't recognize us.
Correct.
Arcadia, remembering what Ileana said to her, would ask him, do you know anything about time changes in time or different realities? Because, like Demetrius said, our memories are quite different from apparently what everyone here remembers.
Time changes, like you want to do like the time warp?
Like, for instance, when we left Mitros, there were 9 days left before the Oath of Peace expired, and when we came back, we were told there's 40. So somehow we missed 31 days in there. We spent 31 days doing something that did not exist in this world.
He kind of scratches his beard, and so you went back in time? And now you're back to the future? Is that what you're trying to say?
Something like that. I can barely understand it, but I know that there are things that happened to me in my life that the Arcadia that was here 5 days ago, it didn't happen in hers. Because I've asked Ileana about this.
Well, ma'am, I have a weird theory, but have you ever heard of the term the butterfly effect?
No.
Well, it states that if you go back in time and you kill something that shouldn't be killed, even if something as inconsequential as a butterfly, history can be changed.
That sounds like what happened to us when we killed Lutheria, but I do not know that we traveled back in time.
Well, we were on
Maybe-
that island. Maybe that's what
True,
happened.
and then right after the island, we did get dragged down into the Nether Sea.
That's right.
What I've been thinking about is when we met the original Cordon before he went into the afterlife. He had said that Lutheria, after he got stabbed, he was taken to Lutheria, and they asked him to do something. And I wish we had asked him what she asked him to do.
Maybe I kept
But
looking
that
at the
he
titles
wouldn't
for
do
the
it
last
because
few
he's
sessions.
a Dragonlord through and through. But when we mentioned the Island of Time, he said, "Oh, that's what she was talking about." So it sounds like she knows about that and wanted him to do something or something suspicious. But you said with the
end of time.
you said with the butterfly effect, it's when you kill something that you're not supposed to. But I've always thought we were supposed to kill her to save the world. Now I'm wondering, what are we going to do with Sidon?
Well, is the things that you notice, have they changed, like, for the bad or for the good, or what? I'm just just a doctor now, so I'm not that smart.
Nico speaks up. For me, they've changed for the better. I've got my family back. They were dead before. And I don't want to leave this reality. But I'm so scared for Kyra.
Oh, I agree. I've read that too.
And I
You
don't
will be
want her
fine
to
in a few
die.
days.
And he kind of looks at all of you, and he looks around for a second. He's like, "Hey, wait, isn't there a fifth? Where's that Gravic I've heard so much about?"
Taking a bath.
Oh,
We
right.
look around.
The horse threw
And
him in the sea.
She says, "So did you used to be? You are a wizard. You used to be a wizard, or you are a wizard?"
Yes.
I think where we are from, you used to be a very powerful and feared and respected wizard, not a doctor.
Me?
Yes.
And he gives a slight grin. He's, man, that sounds,
Corbin will poke the shoe on his staff. This is different.
What?
Where did you get this? Did you get this from the famous Dr. Scholl?
You heard of the Dr. Scholl too?
Yes.
Makes very great shoes, does he not?
Whatever happened to us seems to be beyond the knowledge of even the Oracle, even the gods. Maybe a graphics god would know something about it.
Corbin will turn back to the Oracle and say, so you have no guidance for us? What should we do? This is beyond the prophecy.
And she nods and says, this is beyond the prophecy.
Now we'll whisper to her,
Dr. Odor Eater.
what do you want me to do about your father Sidon?
Do what you must. He must be stopped somehow, some way.
Yes. Nobody puts the Oracle in a corner.
And Fargrim will once again say, did you say graphics god?
His name is Zymor. We know him here as Zymor, but Gravitt keeps on calling him another name like Bahamut.
Bahamut. Interesting.
Why do you know him?
Well, did this Bahamut happen to give you anything last time you saw him?
Yes, but I'm supposed to only give it to his brother. Do you know his brother? His name is Marduk.
Marduk. Is that what his name was in your timeline? Well, your alleged timeline.
Yes, he's followed by a bunch of ravens and has many eyes.
Sounds like a good man. Many eyes, though. Interesting.
Why do you ask if he gave us something? Is that a...
Oh,
Is that
may I happen to see it? Does it happen to be a little, oh god, was it a rook, I think it was he gave him?
Yeah. Yep, and she would pull it out and show him.
And, he says, may I see it, please?
And she kind of looks at the others. Okay. So she hands it to him.
And he kind of looks at it and turns it over and kind of chuckles. And he'll pull out a black rook chess piece and says, "Well, if you happen to ever see this Bahamut again, could you give this to him, please?"
What the hell is going on, Doctor? Well, what's the
Okay.
meaning of all this?
So are you Marduk? Are you his brother?
He gives you a little wink. And,
Okay, so she'll take the black one.
and
So
he'll
I'm guessing he keeps it, right? And then he gives her the black one.
yes, and he'll kind of wink and say, "Well, as far as Kyra goes, make sure you keep her temperature under control. She's running very hot, and I don't think the dragon can continuously keep her temperature down."
I will cast Divine
Unless she
Sense on
rolls really
Vargrim.
well.
You cast Divine Sense on Fargrim. He lights the fuck up.
Oh snap!
And you see that Demetrius is like, his eyes glow a deep golden again, which is the telltale sign of his divine sense. And then he like raises his hand as if he's blinded by Fargrim, and returning his senses to normal, he says, "Well, who are you? What is the meaning of this with you and Bahamut?"
Well, you see in this timeline, alleged timeline, he is known as Baphomet. But, anyways, I must be off. Hopefully, your god comes back to her senses. She's, from what I've been told, a very nice woman. And he will go to leave. Can I what?
Arcadia would say, do you know about a seal? Apparently your brother knows about this, but we forgot to ask him. There is the goddess of swiftness that is trapped in a volcano, and we need to find 4 seals. Do you know of one? Apparently your brother is supposed to have it.
I think he kind of chuckles and he pulls out that white rook chess piece and tosses it to you.
And she catches it and nods at him.
Just be aware that not everything is as it seems. And you hear from the room from Vengeance, Dad, she's convulsing.
Dr.
I'll run in
Fargrim,
there. Yeah.
to the ER. Stat.
And Fargrim says, I have done all that I could.
Alright, let's go see what's going on with her.
And you come in and you see like she's like shaking, and if you've ever, and she pops up suddenly, and her eyes are like kind of like pushed back in the back of her head, and if you've ever seen The Exorcist, she spews just like that. And who would you think would be closest to her?
I don't know. Arcadia would rush up to her, but also I don't know with Nico. I don't know.
I would definitely be in there. Nico would be. Oh, Kyra, no!
So, Nico, you rush up to her, and Kyra grabs your hand, and like with the spew on it, and starts twirling like in your palm, like making a big like a spiral in your hand, and she falls back over, and she stops breathing.
Do we know? Nobody knows the CPR. I don't think we would Arcadia know any of this from her field training, from military field dressing and stuff like that, combat training.
Yes.
All right, so she's going to try doing a CPR kind of thing on her.
Give her the breath of life.
Well, if Nico knows, we would do that together.
Yeah.
Fargrim would turn to the Oracle and say, could you save her as you did me?
And she says, I cannot, it is against the rules.
But Nico's gonna try, with the help of Arcadia.
Giving her CPR.
Yeah.
So, Nico, you think you do almost like as best as you most possibly can, but you are pretty sure that this is a lost cause.
Nico starts tearing up
Oh no.
and puts his hand on Arcadia's hand and looks at her and says, I think she's going.
Arcadia says we have to keep trying.
You just rest her hands together.
Breaks into a musical beat, keeps Job cutting back to the chaos with Kyra.
So I'm guessing Arcadia can tell as well from her experience that this is not working.
Yeah, you do not detect a pulse from her at all.
Nico's gonna pull the sheets over her as a shrug and stand up and turn around and just lower his head into his hands. Sobbing.
Did we do this? Did we do this? We should go to the Ultras and, well, we should go to see what's happening with Volkan. We need Gravik to teleport us there. Well, at the very least, we need to tell him. I mean, this is his sister.
Yeah. And the other gods as
Where
well.
are the other
I mean,
gods?
or his uncle. Wait, I forget
think-
how they're related.
I think the other gods were in Astoria to attend the childbirth.
Valis is in Astoria. Probably Pythor is in Astoria.
And that's not very far away from the forge.
Well, Mitras is in between the two. Yeah, but we have. If we can, now we need to find Gravik. We need to find Gravik. Get him to teleport us to the forge.
And Amitrius, he will walk over to Kyra and he will put his fist to his chest and lower his head in a salute, and he will say, thank you for everything you've done. And then he will depart to the room.
And when you all leave, when you came in, it was a bright sunny day. But as you depart, it is raining and overcast for whatever
Oh,
it is
fuck.
worth, for whatever that is. Worth.
Right. I mean, Arcadia would go up to Kyra as well and pay her respects. But then as she goes outside, she looks outside and says, just looks at Demetrius and says, Sidon, we need to man the Ultras.
And,
Let's see what Verena can do on her own, because we need to. She can at least sort some things out.
What is our plan? What are we doing?
We have to find Gravik.
From a strategic point of view, I think we need to man the Ultras. But we also need to inform
I
the
will see.
others.
We'll see what I can do about the crew.
Can you fly? You're the fastest,
Yes,
right?
I am flying. At least for
We gotta find Gravik.
another 6 hours. I'll take off and I'll start searching for Gravik. I guess I'll fly back to the boat and make sure everything's okay.
yeah.
Make sure he's not there, and then I'll.
Nixel, yeah.
Then when I
So-
find out he's not there, I'll fly around.
So when you
And
fly back to the boat, you see, as you're flying, you see a trail of minotaurs heading towards that boat, with one Verena in ahead of all of them.
I will swoop down to speak with them.
And she,
Verena,
and
is this our new crew?
She says, "Yes, sir. I heard the lady and the captain talking about wanting Minotaur sailors, so I went and took the initiative and got them. And these boys Well, there's some badass motherfuckers, I'll tell you that.
Are they willing to abide by the rules? I don't want to piss off Demetrius again.
And they all say in unison, we who are about to die salute you.
Now, I'll turn to them like, how many times have I told you to stop doing that?
Sorry, sir.
I'm like, well, that should make Demetrius happy. Have you seen Gravik?
Eh.
Gravik.
Yeah, he's, he thinks he's too good for me, and he's up at his play, probably performing like normal.
I'll get her to give me directions to that, and I will fly off in that direction.
And she says, be careful, you don't want to get struck by lightning.
It's happened before. He really doesn't like me being with the Oracle.
But yeah, she gives you directions. It's where the old Minotaur encampment was.
Alright, I'll fly that way looking for Gravik.
And you hear a big kaboom as you find the crowd. You saw Gravik kind of dancing and singing, and then when the thunderclap comes out, he stops and looks scared.
Did I see Gravik?
Yeah, you saw Gravik dancing like one of the newsboys.
I'm gonna sweep down and grapple him and fly into the air without telling him.
Before any of that happened, could I have Gravik have gone to like a bank and exchanged his silver and gold into platinum so he has less weight on him?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. While this is all happening, you could be doing all that. 100%.
Okay. So let's see here. What is the exchange rate for platinum? Is it 10 gold?
Well, you gotta have, it's 10 gold. 10 gold for platinum? Yeah, 10 gold for platinum.
Okay.
Right.
In the meantime, I guess the rest of us are heading back to the Ultras whilst Corbin is retrieving Gravik.
That'd be 420 platinum.
And while you're converting, people are coming up to you guys now. You still have a crowd of supporters that they don't give a shit, or they don't know that Kyra just died. They don't give a shit what you're doing. They want your attention. Paparazzi pricks.
Well, Amitrius is moving at full speed, and he will tell people to get out of the way, and if they don't, he will just walk through them.
Nice. Alright, so we're heading back to the Ultra. So, Gravik, what were you up to, like, other than exchanging the money while this was all going on?
Gravik would have gone to the... Would have headed
they're a little
to
crazy
the
in
play
this
to go
stupid.
speak with the person there about the play.
Yeah, you get there and they don't look at you very happily.
What seems to be the problem?
And the person who plays you comes up and says, "This!" And you see he has 2 black eyes, he's missing 2 teeth.
I'm sorry. What happened?
The damn Demetrius beat the shit out of me. And look what he did to the other Demetrius. And you look at the horse Demetrius costume, and that guy is he has a you see he's trying his best to attach a like a 3-foot long piece of wood to the bottom of the horse costume.
Oh, he's already met with you. Well, honestly, I think you should probably press charges against him. That was definitely uncalled for. I'll pay for your medical bills and also your legal fees.
Press charges against one of the heroes of the Oracle? No, it's okay.
Just because he's a hero does not give him the right to assault you in public like that.
It's okay. Matter of fact, he didn't assault me. He came and he scared me, and I ran into the pillar. It's
Insight check on that.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
He's just gonna like narrow his eyes at him and just like, well, regardless, you should be compensated for what happened. And he'll give him 5 platinum.
And he thanks you empathetically.
Yes,
Emphatically.
Go find a healer and get yourself taken care of. And do you know where Clyde is?
Probably at the office. He
Okay,
says
well-
something. He's reading. Apparently, you gave us a new play that he's reading right now.
Yes, that is correct. But I'm gonna go speak to him and hopefully work out the situation so my party members don't have their fragile little egos hurt. And he'll nod to him and start heading towards Clyde's office.
And as you do, you hear some scratching on the floor, and as you turn around, you see that the person playing Demetrius has put on the costume, and as he's walking, that 3-foot long board is scratching the ground.
He's just gonna like shake his head, just like, honestly, it's less than half that. Just don't. He's just gonna start walking. It shakes his head and starts walking back to Clyde's office.
All right, and you walk in. As you're walking into Clyde's office, you hear him screeching at somebody, and as they leave, it's a woman with a little a baby carriage and a baby in it, and you see some smoke coming out of the carriage.
Gravik, seeing this, is gonna like try and subtly look into the carriage to see what the hell is going on.
And you see what appears to be a baby smoking a cigar.
What the fuck?
Is this a Roger Rabbit throw?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
He's just gonna like see this and his eyes widen for a moment. He'll, as the carriage and the woman walk by, he's gonna do a double take, but just go into Clyde's office and just like, what? What was? Never mind. I needed to speak to you about the play.
And he's like, oh, just the one I want to see. And he holds up that script, or the play you gave him yesterday, and says, man, this is going to be a frickin' masterpiece.
I hope so. You should have enough funding to do quite a show with, from what I provided you.
So what can I do? I hear, some of your companions aren't too happy.
Yes, Demetrius, apparently his ego was a little damaged when he saw his depiction in the play.
Well, we're fixing that right now, so
Yeah.
next time he comes, there won't be nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I saw that. Perhaps convince you, the actor, to do something a little more modest. I feel it would be too comical, and also, if I understand your culture correctly, wouldn't that make him more beastly and non-relatable?
I just want to make him happy, so this doesn't happen again.
I see. Well, maybe tone it down just a little bit.
And he says, can you put that in writing, just so if he enrages again, I can show that you're the one who requested it?
Yes, like, obviously don't make it too small.
We're talking about a horse
Yeah,
penis right
pull
now.
out,
What the fuck are we doing?
Phoenix Quill and
Talking about a
write
horse
down,
cock.
like, it's
What
in
the hell?
on paper, I guess, and just hand it to him. Just make it believable, I guess.
He says, you're the boss.
Yeah. And I guess, perhaps do a better job of making the other characters, presentable.
What do you mean, sir? Just going off your description, and it's been going on for months now, and everyone seems to love it. I'm so curious. What happened in the last in the last day?
I know, but they're not exactly pleased with their depictions in it, so I guess maybe make them a little more beautiful and proportionate.
What do you mean? They were all here for opening night and they loved it. Certainly they were that drunk.
I guess they had a change of heart.
Maybe they got hit on the head or something. Like how pretty... So do you want me to deck out the Amazon in like pink and tassels and shit?
Absolutely not. But maybe just have her, I don't know, hit the gym and maybe give her a push-up bra.
So you want a skinny woman with big boobs. With and he waits and he waits.
Comfortable with this, but it's what I think.
Corbin whisk down and pull him away at this before he has a chance to say anything more.
Oh no! Oh no! This has only been like 10 minutes.
Yeah, just basically yes, just something that's they're not going to be angry about. I don't know.
And he laughs and says, and he's winking as he says this, and no pink, right? Gotcha.
No pink or frilly things, and also keep her modest. No like leather straps that barely cover her modesty.
And he said, "Of course, sir, of course." And
keep how, it a little classy.
And how about Corbin? What was wrong with Corbin? Corbin said he loved him.
I haven't heard Corbin's feedback, so leave that alone for the time being.
And
actually, you haven't heard Arcadia's feedback. Actually, Arcadia didn't have any feedback. Just letting you know.
Yeah, but he knows that probably Arcadia wouldn't like her depiction in that. Like he saw enough of it, and also I guess
give it a playground for another world.
You know Hercules?
Check out the Amazon. Gosh. Hercules? What's a Hercules?
Oh, okay. Just make Corbin buff.
Buff, like
Heracles. Try Heracles.
Hercules? Is that how it's pronounced?
Hercules? No, we don't. I don't know Hercules.
Well, that's bizarre. Okay, well, just have have all the actors hit the gym and get in shape. And probably I don't know. Have some oil added to them.
Some oil dumped on them, and you want her in a bustier. Got it.
Wait, what was that? A what?
Bustier.
Oh yeah. Nothing
But no
too.
pink. But of course, no pink.
Nothing too extreme. Just enough to make it presentable, I guess.
And how about Nico? He's a dwarf. The guy we hired is a dwarf. You know, all dwarves look alike.
True.
I think Nico's fine. I don't think he would have too much of a problem with that. But that's it. I think I'll let you know what the feedback is. But this is going on. Gravik's gonna be like writing down like the notes that they're. So that Clyde won't forget or misrepresent it. And once he's done, he's gonna hand the note to Clyde. Okay, just make these changes. If the actors are upset about it, just increase their wage. I'm sure we'll have more than enough funding to pay them for their compensation for any extra hardship they have to go through.
Yes, sir. You got it.
Okay. Well. And he's gonna like turn away and then like take a moment. But nothing too extreme. Just be reasonable. Don't accept the first demand that they make.
And no pink.
No pink. Absolutely no pink or frills. No frills either.
No frills, no pink.
Yeah.
On any of them?
No, not on. He's gonna take a moment. Like maybe. No pink or frills.
You
And for
got it.
Christ's and for Bahamut's sake, set the Demetrius actor straight and half the size of that goddamn horse penis.
And he says,
No,
oh,
double it.
he says, oh, before you leave, sir, I've been reading this play about this Bahamut. Now, you say he's like this old man with yellow birds? Like,
Yeah, that's usually the guys he likes to play as when he's among the mortals.
but he's secretly a dragon?
Yeah, Platinum Dragon.
But people can't be dragon. Like, how is a dragon a person?
Well, he's a god, so he's not really a person.
But he's a dragon.
Well,
But
he was a
and
dragon.
And he transforms into a person.
Yes, to hide his true identity.
He's like, man, these people are going to eat this play up. Maybe I might have to split this up into 2 plays. Man.
Yeah, perhaps. I'm sure you'd make more profit that way. Just kind of stretch it out as much as you can.
And this Verena, you said devil woman, skin tight, leather, big boobs, red hair. Is that correct?
I don't think I used Devil Woman. Tiefling, I think, is what I actually used. But yeah, she usually her pants are exceedingly tight, most 90% of the time.
Got it. And our lady Lutheria, hot blonde, and that's all it says.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Also Uggs. She likes Uggs. She's
Uggs.
wearing Uggs.
What's an Ugg?
I'll draw you a representation in graphics and quickly start sketching something out.
And you say, oh, so basic white bitch. Got it.
Yeah, basically.
And
But,
does she have Starbies also?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know what that is exactly, but anyways, I think we're done here. Good luck. I appreciate all the work that you've done and how you've made this play such a massive success.
Oh my god. My pleasure, sir.
And I'll be next time I'm back in town. I'll check on you and see how things are doing. And he's going to bow his head and leave his office and then step out into the courtyard. And that's probably where he's going to get snagged up by
Yeah.
who was it, Corbin?
Corbin's going to try to grapple him.
You hear a thunderclap and something flies out of the sky and grabs you.
Roll a set check. We'll do it with advantage because he doesn't see it coming. Why not?
Go ahead.
Double it, triple it, no.
Hails horribly and just
a
rams
wooden
it,
panel
Gravik into the ground.
with a dragon painted on, gets dragged on stage. Ooh!
So
Wow.
Gravik, as you're going down to grab him, he just like steps like one pace and you just
You just rebelled me, Corbin. Or attempted to.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
did
I
attempt
didn't
to.
do that.
Yeah, you did attempt to grapple.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter.
So what happens is like Gravik just sidestep at the last second. He just goes.
Well,
like,
wait, no, I
flying.
need to do it again. I need to do it against
Dude.
Gravik though, because he's got different, right?
Yeah, because he is different.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you did it on Demetrius. Oh my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had Demetrius targeted.
Can we save that for the next time he tries to grapple me?
No.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be much harder this time.
Yeah, you got him. So how are you? You're just gonna like go and fly by, go and grab him and swoop off or something?
Yeah. I come in at a very steep angle out of the clouds, snatch him, and fly straight back up.
Ever seen an eagle hunt a rabbit?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was thinking.
con save to see if I get whiplash.
You do not.
Yes, I pull him up. I'll say, Gravik, no time. We must get back to the boat.
Look, I went and talked to them about the play. You're gonna be represented properly this time when the new play is made, okay?
What
is wrong
play
with you
everybody
people?
keeps talking about?
Wait, this isn't about the
Arcadia.
play?
Arcadia mentioned it. No, the Kyra has died.
What? How does
Yes.
a god die?
She lost her godhood and died. It's something very bad is happening. And before we go back to the boat, I want to fly by the Oracle one last time. Like, first we must make a side trip. Fly off to see the Oracle.
Okay. She's
Oh, you
still
did-
at the temple.
I thought you said side trip, not side piece.
Oh.
I drop him rather roughly. as we land. And I run over to the Oracle and I say, Versi, can you come with us? I think we're going to be leaving soon, and I don't want you to stay here.
And she's sobbing uncontrollably and says, "Where are we going?"
To figure out what has happened, and what we need to do next.
And she nods her head that she will come.
Right? Then I will pick her up and I will look over to Gravik and I'll say, Gravik, get back to the ship as quickly as you can.
But-
and I'll fly away.
But what about the funeral? We're gonna have to, and we're gonna have to tell. We're gonna have to tell everyone else. And oh my God, this is gonna be such a mess.
I'm sure the priest can handle the arrangements. We can make it back in time for the funeral. And I'll fly away.
Gravik's going to sigh and start heading back to the Ultros.
Just out of curiosity, did I drag him farther away from the Eldras?
No. Where is this map? All right, so here's the map. The Ultros is where the player token is. The play encampment, the theater district. Thank you. Is right there, and then the temples is like right over here.
Right. So maybe not that far much farther away.
Yeah. No. Plus, he can always dimension door if we really wanted
Yeah.
to.
All right. So I leave Gravik. I take the Oracle and I fly back to the ship.
All right.
Okay, so Gravik is mostly gonna walk, and he might do a little dimension door if he comes across like a crowd that impedes his progress.
He's going to come across a crowd that will impede his progress.
Okay, so he'll dimension door whenever he has to get away and get back to the Ultros. So how many dimension doors? Level 4. So how many times do you think he'd have to use dimension door?
Well, how many? Like, how is he? He's not going to talk to anyone. He just wants to get and go.
Yeah, considering he was just told that their Kira died.
What's a key right now? Dimension door. Let's see how many. And it's only 500 foot. Wow.
Yeah, you got a long way to go.
You got a long way to go. Like if you look
Yeah.
at the bottom over here, that's the.
Yeah.
So if you want, like, you probably have to use all your slots. Dimension door.
Okay, he'll use all level 4 slots.
That's only
Yeah.
about 1,500 foot.
Yeah.
Don't
so
you have
he'll-
flight?
No,
He's not that kind of wizard.
no.
Jesus.
But he's not gonna burn through all his. Considering something happened where a goddess died, he's gonna probably not burn his spell slots, and he'll just walk back.
What about invisibility?
50.
He does have invisibility.
At least help him get
50.
unmolested.
Yeah, if he starts getting mobbed, he's gonna cast greater invisibility on himself.
All right. Yeah, 50. Yeah, you'd have to do dimension door 50 or 1, 2, but 4. Yeah, you'd have to do dimension door 4 times to get back there if you really wanted to use dimension door. But yeah, invisibility is good too.
So he'll just cast invisibility on himself if he starts getting mobbed. But he's not gonna burn through his spell slots because, like I said, he just found out a god died, so he doesn't know what kind of chaos he's going to be going into.
Right. Okay. So we all get back to the Ultros at obviously different times. How do people? What are people doing here?
Well, when Amitrius arrives and he sees that Verena has brought on Minotaurs, he will walk over her and put his hand on her shoulder, and he will give her a nod of respect and approval, and he'll say, "Good job, Verena. Very impressive."
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know you're mentioning you wanted to replace some of the crew, and I did so for you. I took that upon myself.
You will receive a fair portion of the next horde we find. I'll make sure of it.
Thank you, sir.
And then I will just wait for the rest and maybe get to know the Minotaur crew a little bit, see what they're all about, if they have any needs. Introduce myself to them whilst waiting for Graphic.
Yeah, so you see there's about 50 of them. They're bringing, they're all very like militaristic. Everything is there's no room for bullshit. They bring their stuff on, they set up where they're supposed to set up, and then they're getting to work.
Arcadia is nodding approvingly, of course, but she's wondering, do they look like slaves?
They do not.
She'll go up to Verena and ask her where she found them, because, and she knows that Verena's been to Mitros, so she would ask her what happened to the slave encounter.
And she said, that's the craziest thing. I was going there, and it wasn't there anymore, so I started asking around. Yeah, Dan, I was going to do that. And she'll say, I was asking around, like, where the Minotaurs were, and they have a whole ass district now just for them. It's like, it's insane. It's like think like Chinatown, basically, but Minotaur Town.
So there are a bunch of bulls in a china shop, is what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the damnedest thing. And then I was just asking around if any were interested in sailing with the heroes, and well, here we go. And they're no bullshit. They know what to expect. They are willing to die for the heroes. Go ahead, and I'll be back. All right.
And she got enough to fully man our crew, correct?
Yes. So Dan asked how many sailors we lost. So you lost. Let's see. All the Mitrosian sailors are gone. You lost 6 lizards. Bronze and Steros also are departing, and Physis is also departing.
Did they finish the dragon bone door?
Yes.
Okay.
What was the last person you said was leaving? Physis?
Physis the gnome.
Oh gosh, I'd forgotten about him.
But the hedonist and the creepy kids are here. And the tieflings and the dwarves also staying. And also all the Storian sailors will stay.
Did they give any kind of key or something for that door?
Yeah. And one of the Minotaurs, a massive brute, he's all clad in all black, and you see one of his horns are missing. Walks up, and he's wearing his helm still, and he walks up and says, Captain, lady, whenever you're ready to sail, my crew is at your command, and thank you for hiring us on. We appreciate it. My name is Brogar. If you need anything, if any of these fuckers get out of control, just yell at me.
Arcadia just nodded him.
And he says, and if you want to take us into battle, there's a few of us who are pretty well trained in war.
Nice.
And then he'll like slam his fist to his chest and nod and walk off. And you see he has a massive battle axe on him.
Nice. Would I, from my time in the arena, know that Minotaurs are like sensitive to the color red?
Yes.
Can I do a check for that? Okay. Then
Yeah,
I
you know
will inform the crew to avoid wearing or having anything that is brightly colored red on the ship, because that will cause problems.
And Verena just like, really?
No offense, but yeah, that is a thing with them. If they get even mildly agitated, the color red can send them into a real fury.
And she's in a red leather right now. And she's like, well, and then she goes to start stripping their leather off.
Well, apparently they didn't respond when they were following her. Maybe, depends on how the red is being
Maybe that's
worn.
why they were following her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has a
maybe.
different effect. It has a different effect when it's like that. Skin tight red is a little different.
She's gonna start
Yeah.
stripping right there on the deck.
Yeah, he said no red, so.
Just, like, instantly leaves and flowers pop open on Nico as he's staring at her casting druidcraft. Oh my god, oh my god.
This would probably be about the time Corbin arrives with the Oracle, and I would hurriedly usher her downstairs to our cabin.
And she's like, what the hell are you guys doing here?
I'm like, that horse, I'm telling you.
Arcadia would stop her and say, did they respond to the red you were wearing? I think you're okay.
No, but Captain says to take it off.
She looks at Demetrius, really.
And
I
I will
didn't tell
remind
her
you.
to take
I'll
off her
remind you.
clothes.
I will remind you that is what she looks like, but she's in red today.
But she is red. That's the problem. I mean, you're not going to do anything about it. You
Well,
just have to deal with it.
I'm just informing you guys that the color red will, if they get exposed to red too long, they will turn into a direbull and go into a frenzy.
Oh,
So
I
what
didn't
is
know that.
happening right now? So Verena is dripping?
She's stripping down as you guys are, as Corbin and
Verena,
Percy.
please, you can go downstairs. You,
No.
you don't
Gravik
have
will
to
probably
do
at
it
this
there.
point. Gravik gets back on the ship. He's like, "What happened to?" He's just
And then
focused
Arcadia
on-
just
And Verena's like, really, boys? Like, you've never seen boobs before? I mean, this hairy ass is walking around with no shirt on all the time, but you don't say nothing to him. But, God forbid, a beautiful woman takes her clothes off. And she'll, like, huff.
well,
And Amicius will laugh at that, and he will say, "I like you, Verena. I like you."
Well, the thing is, Demetrius is kind of so ugly. It's a spectacle. It's kind of distracting.
I wasn't talking
Arcadia-
about him. I was talking about the dwarf over there. And you see one of the dwarves.
You gotta look over at the dwarf. Well, same thing. technically.
And you realize now by looking at this dwarf that this is a woman dwarf.
Oh. Perhaps new rule. Everyone should probably remain clothed. Rena, why don't you go below deck and get changed?
Let people decide for themselves.
Yeah, she's gonna laugh. It says, "Remember last time when we tried to get a Demetrius to wear pants? Remember what happened then?" And she'll laugh and walk off.
You want to walk around without pants on now?
So what?
Is
Arcadia
that-
says,
Go ahead.
we don't have any time for this. Can we just use their teleportation circle because we need to inform Vulcan? What's going on? Can you transport us to the forge? We need to tell him that Kyla's dead.
Yeah, give me a moment. Gravik will walk over the teleportation circle and start doing let's see, what do you need for that?
How many of us can go?
He'll start vocalizing something, and eventually the portal will light up.
How many of us can go through?
All of us can go. Anyone who can, if you can fit in the teleportation circle, you can go. It's a 10-foot diameter circle on the ground, so Gravik will just be the last one to go through while everyone else is going through.
I'll bring the Oracle with us.
So that would just, after like 2 rounds, everyone would be teleported through.
Okay. And you get to the Vulcan's forge, and let's take a 10-minute break so I get a pee. We'll come back in 10 minutes. Alright, stream. We'll be back shortly. There's some sus stuff going on, apparently. So we'll see you in 10 minutes. So if you go ahead, please come back, and see you in a moment. Boom. Let's start pretzel.
That's what I'm talking about this evening. My main concern is, do you like bass? Like boom, 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 boom. Like bass. Yeah. Motherfucking yeah. That's what I'm talking about this evening.
Dance with that groove, all you got to do is move. Dance with that groove, all you got to do is move. Dance with that groove, all you got to do is move. Dance with that groove, all you got to do is move. Dance with that groove, all you got to do is move. to do is move. Dance with that groove. All you got to do is. Dance with that groove. All you got to do is move.
I'm into just underground house music. But I listen to really a lot of music, everything. But as far as, stuff that inspires me, it's just the underground style.
All right, let's find out how the rest of this is gonna go. So you teleport to Vulcan's Forge, and you hear laughter coming from inside as ding 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 as they're obviously hard at work.
I would suggest that Nico talk to him because he didn't believe anything we said until Nico said something.
Well, we start walking towards the sound of the anvils and hammers, and go up and. How's Vulcan?
He's over there, my friend.
Do I see him?
Yeah, he's hard at work, and you get sweat dripping down, and you see a flask next to him.
He looks normal. He doesn't look like he's dying or anything.
No, just normal dwarf man, hard at work.
I'll divine sense him.
How many of those do you have?
I have 4.
Okay. You see Celestial is coming up with him.
I will inform the party that he still projects his divinity.
And he looks up and, Nico, my boy, you back so soon? You want to drink again?
I would definitely like one, but I just wanted to check on you to make sure you're okay.
Of course.
We have some terrible news.
What? Like what? You run out of ale.
Nico looks down at his feet, and Kyra is gone. She died.
And you see he was working, and then you hear a crack coming from his anvil as you look up, and his hammer cracked his own damn anvil. What do you mean she died? Who killed her?
She just died. She started vomiting black goo and convulsed and slipped away from us. There was nothing we could do.
She just randomly died. Nothing happened after that?
Nothing.
Something happened. Remember the swirly thing?
Nico looks at his hand where she made the marks.
Mm-hmm.
She did something to me palm
To your palm.
before she went away. She made marks with her fingers. I don't know what they are or what they were.
And he let us see this marks.
He holds his hand up to Vulcan.
And he kind of grows pale a little bit, and then straightens himself up, and she's gone. Hey, that's... And you don't know the symbol?
I don't know.
And he says, and nothing, what happened to her body?
Her eyes.
Body's on ice.
Her eyes went back into her head and she just laid back and died.
And what of her body now?
She's at the Temple of the Five.
They're preparing a funeral for her.
We can bring you there.
I don't think anyone has been informed yet, right? I don't think
No,
a
I don't-
funeral is being planned.
No,
I don't know.
you're the first. As far as we're the Vulcan, you're the first person we've told, other than the priests who are there, and a doctor named Fargrim.
And he looks over at Versi, and he will say, in this language, obviously not realizing if anyone other than Versi speaks that. And Versi slightly nods. And he says, go back. Versi, you need to go back and seal off that temple until we can get there. And he says, the 4 of you, or the 5 of you with me. And he turns to walks away and stops and looks over at Gravik. What did you just say? And he will say this.
And Demetrius looks confused.
And then in Celestial, he'll say, I do not know what you're talking about. why do you think she would turn into that? Again, in Celestial. Just so I don't have to type because I'm lazy.
He knows that we know.
Well, maybe not in this timeline, because like they showed us all together, but maybe in here they haven't done that yet.
And he says that. Sus. Maybe a little sus. And he huffs and walks away. With me.
Alright.
I guess we follow.
I will turn to Nico and I will ask him, can you understand that strange tongue?
No. I cannot.
And he ushers you into his room and into his office and shuts the door and says, "What do you know of Ao?"
What? Ao?
It's ale.
I've never heard of it.
It's there is some fuckery around here, and I don't like it.
And as he says that there is some fuckery around, I will tell him, we try to tell you that this world has changed. Since we killed Lutheria, everything is different for us, and I wonder if that might have something to do with what happened to Kyra.
This world has changed around you. So, and he'll look over at Grab and in common, what did she tell you in your quote unquote other timeline?
Who?
Well,
Kyra.
oh sorry, you go.
Who? Lutheria?
Kyra. What did Kyra tell you in the other timeline?
She didn't really tell us anything. I kind of worked it out when we met with Bahamut.
I will say to hold on, you were not there, Gravik, but all of you five gods met us at the Temple of the Five, and you revealed to us your dragon forms, and you told us all together of the story.
Bullshit.
It's true. How else would we know? You were there as well, and you also revealed your form to us.
Bullshit.
How would
And
we
then
know?
Arcadia said we had a vision that Balmetria tricked Sidon and Lutheria into playing the game of 20 squares, and losing. When she lost, she rigged it so that part of Sidon and Lutheria's powers would go into you and make you divine.
She told you this?
No.
Kyra?
We had a vision of that. That is a vision we had when after we visited the Island of Time, but Kyra did not tell that part. You just transformed in front of us.
You told it to me, but I had to give an oath.
What was so wrong in your timeline that we would even consider revealing this to you? You're just mortals.
Sidon and Lutheria were breaking the peace.
They were going to kill you. We had a vision that you were slain by Sidon and Lutheria.
He shakes his head. And I don't like what is going on here. This alternate timeline stuff. I don't like this.
Do you have an oath of peace going on right now?
Yes.
And after that expires, then they will kill the mortal races, Sidon and Lutheria?
Well, apparently, according to, from what I've heard, is you killed Lutheria.
Right, to prevent that from happening when the oath of peace expires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mainly out of self-defense.
Wasn't this like your entire plan? You and Versi, you concocted a plan to set us against Sidon and Lutheria. That's what we did, and then everything changed, and here we are.
We never said to, well, at least our Amitrius and Gorama, Corbin, Arcadia, Nigo, Steve, Kamos, we never told you guys to actually kill them. Just to try to extend the peace if possible, not kill them.
Well, I guess there was a little misunderstanding.
And I'm assuming the great Steve and Kamos went out in a hail of battle, and just like in our timeline.
No.
No.
How?
They left,
Steve just
or
left.
Well,
Their own way.
apparently we messed up. Is there a way that we could possibly revive Lutheria? Surely
Hold on.
death isn't permanent for gods.
why would we do that? I think
Well-
this is so. I mean,
Well,
If we
first of all,
did-
how would we have extended the peace?
He shrugs and says, "I cannot divulge that. Surely Versi has told you this, or maybe our counterparts have told you that we cannot be involved."
yes, you are bound by the oath of peace and cannot take any action against Lutheria or Sidon.
Now, as far as reviving, do you happen to have a body?
No, she exploded into some divine energy.
Do you have any blood, hair?
We might be
was-
able to, if we return to the Nether Sea and to her barge, we might be able to find some of her remains.
Not
I think that barge was sunk by the Titan.
It was.
Yeah.
Arcadia looks because we came out of the. She says I might have some.
Oh, Arcadia. What have you got?
Hold
He
on.
says,
I'm not on board with reviving Lutheria.
I'm not
What?
either.
But this world. Do we want. Kira's dead.
Well,
If we
Kira
do
has lived
revive
for a long
Lutheria-
time.
If we revive Lutheria, we might be able to bring her back, and she'll owe us a favor. Perhaps that could be used as leverage to extend the peace.
I'm not going to put any effort in reviving Lutheria. If Kyra has died because of this, then well, she has lived a long time. She has lived a full life.
Well, we've obviously disrupted the balance in this world.
Why would you say that? This world seems fine.
It seems
Well-
great to me. I've got my family back.
You're all supposed to be heroes, aren't you? Don't heroes sacrifice for the greater good?
And so did Kyra, it seems.
He's gonna
Who's
look
to
over.
say that Who's to say that bringing Lutheria back is for the greater good?
Going to look over at Vulcan, just like like raising an eyebrow, hoping that he could add something to it.
He just standing there watching.
We don't know how far this goes, and what next? We're gonna kill Sidon. What could that do to this world?
Well,
Oh wait a minute.
maybe make
You're
it even
saying-
better.
You're saying that the peace has currently been extended, so everything is fine as far as the peace goes.
No, the peace hasn't been extended. We've gone back in time.
No, but Vulcan said we extended the peace.
No, that's what he
No.
wanted us to do.
He wanted you to find a way to do that, not kill the
Oh.
guys.
Vulcan, what
He
is
didn't
your
speci-
perspective
he
on
didn't,
this?
he didn't specifically. They never specifically said go out and kill them. They said find a way to. I forget how it was. It's worded exactly. Like find a way to keep the peace from going or from expiring.
Yeah, we
or
might
something.
still be able to do that. She didn't exactly give us a chance to talk to her.
I think we should kill Sidon.
Vulcan, what is your perspective on this? Do you think if we revive Lutheria, she would be grateful and perhaps be willing to extend the peace?
You want to revive the goddess of death?
I agree that does not sound like the most logical choice, but gods all have their...
No, that sounds kind of dumb in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just a dwarf.
Have you
Yeah,
not read it
I'm not
today?
going
You
to
should
do that
read these
even if
things.
all 5 gods die. I mean, you guys have been around for 500 years. It's enough, right?
Gee, thanks.
I mean, I like you. I like you, Vulcan, but really good.
Well, if you're not on board with it, fine, we'll leave Lutheria dead. But we don't know how far this transgression is going to go. So far, the
Why
change-
would you say there was a transgression?
killing a god always has side effects.
There's a difference between a side effect and a transgression.
I mean,
Well,
the side effects seem
usually-
pretty good.
Usually, killing a god is seen as an evil thing. It's usually left to the gods themselves to determine such things.
Not if she's a crazy murder god.
Didn't she also kill a bunch of gods herself? So
That's
Yeah,
true.
she killed all of her siblings, including your god.
As I said, usually things are like that are left to the gods themselves.
apparently not.
And Cardia would say, what is AO?
He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end.
So he is a god?
He's what we call the first one. Or maybe the Watcher, is what some call him.
What does he have
This
to
is
do
not
with
this.
anything?
Is this the same? This is not Kentamane you're talking about.
Get to me? No.
Wait, what was that other word we found a while back that we don't know what it is?
What word?
Isn't it something written on a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Racist Francis Unix.
So, Volko, why did you bring this up? Why did you bring this AO up? What do you think they have to do with anything?
Well, what is written on Kyra's hand is a mixed up of his symbol. It's a combination of his symbol. And he'll write like two different symbols and see how these two are like this, right? And then he'll squeeze them together and he'll say, see, now look at his hand.
So it's like a two symbols got squished together.
Yeah.
And then Arcadia would say, what we saw at the paper, it said it was written in Celestial, and Kyra read it and said it didn't make sense. And it says, I open at the close. Does that mean anything to you? That was what Carbon is remembering.
I open
Wasn't
it
there some
close.
kind of code we were working on too?
Well, the letters in the white book that Gravik's getting.
Yeah. What do those letters mean?
Anyway, but does I open at the close mean anything to Volcom?
Wait, open at the close. And he said, "Where did you find this?"
It was on a piece of paper. I'm gonna have to really figure out this one. And how ironic! How ironic is this? When we figure out what it says, this was from session 30, August 21st, 2022. But the title was "On Gilded Wings of Butterflies."
What the fuck? That has to be a coincidence. That has to be a coincidence.
Wow.
Would I do something like that?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Damn, you're good.
So let's see. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do some research to figure out where that paper came from. Unless you want to remind me, but I'll find it eventually. But don't wait for me because it's gonna be a while.
No worries, I was messaging somebody.
Oh, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think the words we were trying to figure out for Gravik were Myrmek, Myremek.
And,
Right.
And Vulcan says, if you ever see one of those fuckers, run.
It's
See
a
what?
thing? It's a person?
It's a creature that's been locked up and should never be set free.
Is it super large and looks like a giant dinosaur?
And he'll draw crude. He's like, do you know what a praying mantis is?
Aye.
Yeah.
Picture a praying mantis with big wings.
So,
And that's what Myrmecs are.
Yes.
why would that
But-
be in Gravik's book?
Then it seems that we must find one and maybe even fight one. If I think that's what like the book said is we have to find one, right? Find the Myrmek or something.
Gravik's going to turn to the group as he's standing near the teleportation circle that's kind of running. He's just like, I'm just going to try something real quick. I'll be right back. And he's going to step through.
We'll never see him again.
He's going to step through the teleportation circle.
Yeah.
Okay. So when Gravik steps through this teleportation circle, he's back on the Ultros, and this Ultros is at high speed sailing through the waters.
He's going to
Oh,
take a look.
shit!
He's going to take a look around real quick and see if there's anyone like from his party there.
Give me investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah, better perception.
Okay, perception.
So you recognize a couple of centaurs, but you don't notice anyone who looks like your group.
Okay, he'll start walking around a little bit, and he'll walk up to one of the centaurs. Where's Ametrius right now?
And they see you and say, "Holy shit, Captain! Lord, get over here!" And you see a big towering brute of a man start walking towards you. Like picture not Kevin Sorbo, but picture The Rock with very long hair
Okay.
and a big beard with a massive ass with a big ass hammer.
Hello.
Hello.
Is Ametrius or anyone else around currently?
They were with you.
I see. Where did we go to? I think something might have happened.
What the
Well,
hell?
we went to this island, and we were told if we don't come back within a certain amount of days, that you'll pop out somewhere, and we've been looking for you since. Have you seen my daughter?
Your daughter? You'll have to excuse me. My memory isn't what it used to be. Something's happened.
Well, she's the only Amazon in your group.
He's going to. Is this? What was his name?
Pythor.
Pythor?
Well, the last Pythor you saw was a very fat boy. This one, this guy is a big brute of a man.
I see. Something has happened. I must return, but set sail back to the Mithros. I'll meet you there. And he's going to walk back to the teleportation circle, activated and walk through.
Man, that Gravik is a weird ass guy, I swear. And the crew starts laughing. And he says, and the last thing you hear, bring me some cheesy potatoes.
But as he walks through, he's just gonna like stand there looking very puzzled.
Where did you go? Why did you leave us like that?
We might have a problem, guys.
Huh?
What?
There's another group of us in this world wandering around. And
Why would you say that?
because I was just on the Ultros and it's at high sea.
We have the Ultras in Matros.
But
Not
did you
this
see
one.
us on there? Like, why would you say there's another group of us? Like, were we on the ship or?
Apparently we went to an island and we haven't been back for a while from there, but Arcadia, your dad's jacked in this world.
That's not Arcadia, it's just me.
You speak very strangely.
Yeah, he's definitely a different person in this world.
Did these people have pointy beards and were they wearing scanty clothing?
No, they weren't, but he definitely was, whatever,
Well,
I just need a
unless
moment.
Vulcan has any information for us, let's get back to the Ultros. See what's going on.
What's up? What's up, Caesar? In fact, that's
Caesar!
what he thought could be
Hey, Caesar!
there if there's a twin discovered.
So, Amitrius will say goodbye, Vulcan. We'll see each other again soon, I'm sure.
He says, I expect to see you at the funeral.
And he says, she asks him, does he need to be taken to Mitros? We could teleport him to the Ultra. Oh, well, we don't know if the Ultros is on Mitros anymore, but I'm guessing he can.
It's not very reliable. We have Gravik teleporting us.
He says, I don't. I'll make my own way there.
Okay, let's go back to the Ultros and see what's going on.
Let's.
And she
just
says,
see if
what
I
did?
can- This
Explain
might be a
again
little.
what happened.
This
We went
might-
to the island of time and we hadn't returned.
He just said an island. Gravik doesn't know if it was the island of time or not.
Amitrius will
went to-
hurry towards the teleportation
Okay, let's
circle.
just go and we'll ask him ourselves.
So which Ultros do we want to go to?
Do you have a choice?
I do.
What do you mean?
I do now.
What?
What are you talking about?
We can go to our Ultros or the Ultros from this timeline.
What?
What?
I thought I explained it earlier. There's a Ultros that's docked at Mythos right now, and there's one that's at high seas.
And you can choose which one to go to?
Apparently, if I concentrate,
When were you able to do that?
I just did it a few minutes ago.
What in the hell? I want to see
We
this
need to
other
get-
Ultros.
But we also need to get Versi back so she can protect Kyra's body.
Yes.
let's. If,
That's important.
yeah,
What did you tell them to come to Mitros?
I did tell them to set sail for Mithros, and apparently I'm the captain of that one.
You?
Yeah,
It's a truly horrifying parallel universe.
maybe.
Maybe we should revive Lutheria after all.
So where we want to go back to Mithros?
Yes, we gotta make
We
sure
need
It's important.
Kyra's
we
body
need
is
to protect.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We need to go there.
Okay, Gravik will concentrate and try and focus on our Ultros, and he'll cast teleportation circle.
Okay. High or low?
High.
Roll me a percentile die.
Uh-oh.
And the
Oh,
tower.
man.
Oh. That ain't
Okay.
good.
So when you all step through the teleportation circle, you are at sea.
I guess I didn't concentrate hard enough.
And
Sorry, guys.
you hear, "Daughter, you have returned."
I, meeting the only woman there, I look around and who is that?
Does
It's
Corbin
Piper.
recognize him?
Oh yeah, it's the Piper of old.
Does Arcadia recognize him?
Oh,
Corbin would scream out, Python, my old friend.
you would recognize. You've seen a picture of what he used to look like before he got fat, and it would look like this.
She just stands there and looks at him.
And he comes running up and grabs you in a big bear hug, and like kind of shakes you around.
How many days are we from Mitros?
Probably one, maybe two. But the hell happened, y'all? We took you to this freaking weird ass island, and it got bright colors and dark colors, and then you were gone. The island was gone, and now you popped up, and here we are. What the hell?
How long ago was that?
He looks at you confused. Like 2 days ago?
Amicia scratches his head and he turns to the rest of the party, and he says, "Remember that we brought Kyra with us to this location. Could it be that there is a Kyra here as well?"
Oh yeah, speaking of
That is-
Kyra, where is that little shit? I haven't seen her. Where's she at? Is she with you?
Well, not anymore, but I will say we should discuss this in private.
And he looks at you confused. In private?
Gravik being just lost in confusion is going to turn to the white book and start flipping through it for any kind of answer on what's going on.
Could you follow us down to the captain's quarters, Pythor?
And he looks at Gravik and says, "Is that alright? We can go into your quarters?"
What do you mean his quarters? I'm the captain of this ship.
Gravik, like,
You?
half
You're
paying
not the
attention.
captain.
But Gravik, like half paying attention, is just gonna nod his head while he's flipping through the book.
Okay. So they go. They go into the captain's quarters, and as you walk in, you see drawings of stages and clothing pieces, and little manuscripts here and there, and a big picture of a big like the hell is that word? Like a blanket of with Gravik's face on it.
Amicia looks
Corbin-
disgusted.
Corbin will look around to see if he sees that chest that went missing.
He does.
Oh!
Corbin's gonna go over and open the chest.
Are you sure?
And,
Yes.
Wait a second. Now, is this the chest with all the ghosts in it? The vengeful ghosts?
That's what it looks like.
Well, I'll ask Pythor. I'll say, Pythor, what is this chest?
Hold off.
And he says, "Well, we found it at the. You guys found it at some necropolis, and when you fought that one dude who used to own this boat, and then we were told not to open it, and Captain here has a key for it, and as far as I know, it's never been opened.
You should open it. I heard there was something I need in here.
Probably best to leave it closed for now.
And then
Let's-
Arcadia says, well, I think there's vengeful ghosts in there.
I don't care. It's got what I need for vengeance.
We're not opening it. We're not opening it.
Or,
I'm gonna pick up the chest and I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Gravik's going to try and stop him. Don't put it down.
And swat his hand away.
Also, he's gonna whisper to Corbin. The other Gravik has the key, anyways. You're not gonna be able to open it.
But we don't have the box. I'm
Just-
taking the box.
No,
The box. Taking the box.
I will say to Pythor, we need to tell you something unfortunate. We come.
He's gonna like rush over to Demetrius and whisper to him. Our Kira's dead, but the one here might not be.
While he's distracted, I'm taking the box.
Well, that is true, but we should probably tell him anyway.
Let's wait and see what happens. We need to find out where the actual Kira for this world is.
Okay, but maybe we should at least tell him about the Island of Time and that he's probably not going to see the other us again.
If we do that, he'll probably crack our skulls open.
And you hear you boys do realize I'm a god, right? And I have very good hearing.
Right. So. Yeah, funny story. We're not actually the heroes that you're familiar with.
And he holds his hammer with a grip on it and says, "Oh, really? And you
we're
are
not-
what now?"
We're not evil, though. We're not evil. It's just it's a misunderstanding. You see, we kind of killed Letheria, and it kind of reset the timeline.
And he looks at all
He
of
babbles
you,
like that all the time.
and he says, "And the next thing you're going to say is, she's not my daughter. My other daughter is not 9 months pregnant, and we're ready to go to the birth. Now what?"
Well,
Well, we have some evidence. Remember that you went to the Island of Time? We
Yeah.
believe that the heroes that you knew and our party from a different time swapped places. And now we are in this world and we have our own Ultros with us. And where we are from, it's a bit further in time, and you have told us about your true nature, and well, Kyra died.
our Kyra. Let's just our Kyra. We don't know what's up with the Kyra from this timeline.
Orcus, damn it. She's dead?
Wait, you know who Orcus is?
Yes.
Do I know who Orcus is? Of course I know who Orcus is.
You're
Yes,
not
she-
trying to. You're not trying to hide that.
Everybody knows who Orcus is.
What the hell? Well,
Who
Demetrius will
is
lower
Orcus?
his.
Who is
Got
Orcus?
it. Then beauty.
Evil god from.
Evil God? What the heck are you talking about? He's not evil.
What do you mean he's not? Orcus is an undead orc-ish god that wants to kill everything.
What are you smoking?
Enlighten me. Who is Orcus in this timeline?
He's on top of the Pantheon.
We
He's
should
the
really.
good god.
We need to revive Letheria right now.
He's the good god.
No,
Now, if you're talking about bad gods, now I can tell you about a nasty silver or platinum dragon. I can tell you about that one. Now that's a pretty some bitch.
he's just gonna look over at Arcadia. You said you had a piece of Lutheria's body?
I always suspected Gravik worshipped evil gods.
She doesn't say anything.
This
Uh,
timeline is definitely not the right one we should be staying in, guys. We need to revive Lutheria.
Perhaps we can go back to the island of time. It may be that when we left the island of time and killed Lutheria, we were already in this realm, and then we killed Lutheria in this realm. She may still be alive in our own realm.
Maybe. Either way, we need to set sail for the island of time.
That is not how the Ultros works, Gravik.
I'll go find a shore and set up the whatever the hell that machine was.
And he scratches his head. He's like, well, about that.
What do you mean about that?
That island kind of disappeared.
Ah, shit.
What the fuck is happening in this world?
Probably for the best. Nico, your family, you remember?
And is Sidon, is he still alive?
Yeah, Sidon's some bitch. He's still alive.
What is his relation to Orcus?
He wishes he was as good as Orcus.
Where is Orcus now?
Everywhere.
Oh, so he's not like one of you five gods out in the world. He's just a god.
You think that someone as divine as Orcus would walk around us mere lesser gods? I've heard stories that you're a funny man, but Jesus Christ, you're funny.
We need to work on setting things straight here.
We should
Have you
return
heard
to
of-
our own Ultros.
Have you heard of something called AO?
Well, yeah.
And who is that?
He's the beginning and the end.
Is he good or evil?
He is neither. Ao's the first one.
Where can we find him?
Amitris will say, I will see you guys at the teleportation circle, and he will try to leave the room. And he will begin scouring the ship for his own place and see if he can find any loot or items that he might be interested in from the other party.
Corbin will follow him, and he'll look for the wheel.
Yeah, well, I'd say one big thing that's missing is the wheel.
Oh no, there's no wheel here.
So yeah, that's a good idea. So Arcadia would look to get kind of clues of who she is or what she has if she finds where she hangs out on the ship.
Okay, yeah.
Corbin's cabin.
Yeah, there's a cabin for all of you. Arcadia's is the second biggest, and hers there's a picture, what's it, a caricature of you and Ileana having the time of your lives, and you find little scripts, notes here or there. You get the sense as you're looking around that you are a very loved person.
Is the room painted pink?
No. No. But there is let's see. We're going high. No, it is not pink.
What does Amitris find in his cabin?
In Demetrius's cabin, you find there's a picture of you and Electrion. Then there's another picture of the two of you in battle at the arena, and you both emerge victorious. You find, do you know, like back in like ancient Greece, like when gladiators earned their freedom, they got a little item.
Yeah.
There's one for you have one there with your name on it, presented to you by your old master, actually. And then in Corbin's room, there's also some things with Versi. You see a note written to you from Chuck, bidding you to come visit him in Aresia when you get the chance, because he owes you And then there's also a little hammock for vengeance. And then she has a little, obviously, she also has a gold pile, but it is smaller than her old gold pile.
Well, she won't be very happy about that.
She will not. And also for Nico, there's a picture of you and your whole family. You find, just like little pictures, that your kids drew that you put up on your bed and around your room. Yeah. And yeah. And even in Arcadia's room, Nyx has a little perch. So she can brood. So you guys get the sense that this group, maybe the alternate timeline group, is very loved. Let's say it like that. Kind of like the complete opposite of this group.
Ravik will take a look around his captain's quarters, but instead of looking for valuables to steal, he's gonna start sifting through notes and tomes to see if he could find any useful information that could come in handy with their adventures. Something that they may have missed or on their past adventures, I guess.
Give us an investigation. You find, looking through everything, you eventually find a little handwritten note. It says, "How did I get here?" And you think you have a bunch of different shit written down, and it's all scratched out. But at the very bottom, it's a big circle, and the name is Bahamut.
He's gonna try.
Is it written as an evil Bahamut?
He'll try and look to see if there's any actual evidence that his alternate self came to that conclusion with, or is it just speculation on his part?
Speculation from your investigation check, looking around.
Okay, but he'll look at that and he'll try and sort everything away back the way he found it, and he's gonna leave. He's not gonna try and steal anything from his alternate self.
It's not stealing if you own it.
But he doesn't own it. It's an entirely different person.
Amitrus will leave the little token because he feels it's not his.
Corbin will look around and see if there's any potions in his room.
There is not. This man is dead set on finding a freaking potion that may or may not still exist. It's hilarious.
Amitrus will go to Nico and he will say, "Nico, do you still have that pickle?"
That's a good idea.
Don't know. Let me check. And he's gonna look in his backpack.
And looking in the backpack, you get a big stench. And
That goes in here. And he's gonna dump it out on the bed.
And that pickle is the size, those little gherkin pickles?
Yeah.
It's like the size of that, but it's kind of rotted.
And he's gonna pick it up and hold it and show Amitrius.
I don't think that's any good for reaching Kyra anymore.
No.
We might have to try a regular prayer to Kyra to see if there is indeed an alternate Kyra on this realm. But first we should tell Pythor to come to Amitrus as soon as possible to secure his sister's body and get involved in the funeral and such. So he will go back to Pythor. He will inform him of Kyra's demise and tell him that her body is currently stored at the Temple of the Five and that it's going to be secured.
And we're just assuming. This might be an alternate Pythor. So, like you said, his Kairos might be still alive, but to be on the safe side, he should just go back to Mitros and see what's happening.
Yeah.
Because it could be that our Pythor is in Astoria. Because if there's two of us,
Well-
there could be two of them.
Well, Kyra traveled with us from the alternate timeline, Python. So there would be no reason for there to be a second Pythor.
And that Kyra, or your guys' Kyra, did not go onto the island of time.
No, but I think our entire Ultros with her on it came with us to this timeline, right?
No. That's what I was saying. Like, so there, hypothetically, there could be another Kyra here, but not another like Graphic or Pythor.
Oh yeah, because they did go on the island of time.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay,
Makes
because so we're talking about the people who are actually on the island. Something happened to them.
Correct.
Yeah, they got swapped into the
allegedly.
other realm.
Allegedly. Of course. Allegedly.
And it may be, it may be that two of the same gods cannot exist in the same universe. And maybe that's why Ao, well, that's just me, amateurs wouldn't say this, but maybe Ao, like, the overgod maybe killed Kyra or something because there can't be two gods of the same domain on a plane or something. But amateurs wouldn't be able to use that. But that's my guess as a player. But yeah, we need to get back to Mitros and see what's going on. Maybe we can summon Kyra there with some prayer at the temple. So then amateurs would go to the deck and wait at the teleportation circle.
Yeah, and Arcadia would meet him there too.
Yeah, Nico.
Gravik,
We're all
we'll
there.
meet them there, and he's looking a little tired at this point, but he's gonna cast teleportation circle again and try and get back to our Ultros.
Well, as you guys are getting ready to leave, of course, you hear a little a bark. It sounds like a small dog bark, and you hear some click clack come running towards you.
I will look over towards it.
And you see a little brown dog with a black snoot come running up. And Pythor says, "Hummer, get back here!"
Does one of us own a dog in this timeline?
And
Not me.
What did he call him?
Hummer,
Homer?
Hummer, Hummer.
Hummer. Oh yeah.
Homer? Is this
And
Nico?
it-
Is this one of your dogs?
And Pythor says, "No, it's Corbin's."
Hey, pet the dog on the head.
And he licks you. He wants uppies.
Stay here.
Does not,
Dog.
he does not like being told to stay here.
Probably best to leave, and Gravik will turn away and activate the teleportation circle, doing his best to link it up with our Ultros.
I will feed the dog some jerky and I'll pet it on the head before going as well.
Okay. So you're gonna try to go from one Ultros to the other Ultros?
Basically, hopefully it doesn't turn us inside out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because what if it does?
Yeah. Homer, come here, boy. Come here, Homer.
And he ignores you because his name is not Homer.
Oh, what is it?
It's Hummer, you twit.
What's your damn dog's name again, Corbin?
Leave him here. Let us go. I don't want him being with a wizard that worships some terrible evil gods.
That's bold words coming from a Dragonlord, and he's going to step through the portal, and hopefully he doesn't end up being destroyed.
High or low?
Back out.
Hi again.
High again. All right, roll me a D1, a double up. Yeah. You step right back out.
Shit.
Wow.
Aren't you ever going to get this right?
So what happens when he tries to walk? Does he just immediately appear back on the Ultros?
Yes.
He's just gonna grit his teeth and turn around and walk back through the teleportation.
I will say,
circle.
hold on, Gravik. Is there? Remember when you made these things by carving on the? Perhaps
Yeah.
you can alter the carving you made here on this deck, make it different.
But then, what if the other party wants to get back to the Ultros here?
I don't think that is going to be a problem.
I don't know if we should
It might.
assume that. They might find a way back, and if I change it, they won't be able to teleport back to the Ultros.
And I think, yeah, just reading it, you can create a permanent circle by casting the spell in the same location every day for 1 year.
Yeah.
So, Gravik will try again. He'll turn around while the portal is still active and walk back through.
High or low?
Low.
Watch you roll high this time. I will slap so hard.
Too funny.
I know.
Yep.
Wow, he did it.
You walk right back through, and this time you have your face is kind of slumped on one side.
Stroke.
Seeing that Gravik has disappeared, I will dash in after him.
Yeah, Nico.
That felt
Steps
weird.
And you guys all pop back out.
Oh my goodness.
And Pythor is watching all this, and he says, "What the fuck are they doing?"
I think we need to focus on resetting things back to their original state.
Yeah, but the Island of Time is gone. So
If we rest on this boat, we'll probably be at Mitros tomorrow anyway. Probably faster than watching.
wait, we're on our
Gravik.
own Ultras again, right?
No.
If they went to the portal, they are.
Oh, okay, so we've got back to our old Ultros now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go below deck and take a nap and try and figure this out. And Gravik will walk down below deck.
And I will be going to the
let's get-
temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get Versi to the
I'll
temple.
fly.
right
I'll fly
away.
Versi to the temple.
Okay. And some of the priests, as you fly there, some of the priests come out and start talking to Bercy and hush whispers. And Bercy says, "Okay, I'll get a hold of you later. We'll take care." And she takes off running.
Alright.
Is there any way I can access the statue of Kyra in this temple?
Are you gonna come up there, or walking up there?
Yeah, I
guess?
was going as well. I mean, I'm obviously slower than Corbin,
Yeah.
but I would be going there as well to try and find the statue of Kyra and make a prayer to her.
Sure. Yeah, that's what you want to do.
So I would put down my prayer bowl in front of the statue of Kyra. I would fill it with 100 gold, and I would kneel in front of it, and I would close my eyes, and I would say, Kyra, we have need of you. It's me, Amitrius. If there is some way that you can hear this, please meet us as soon as possible at the Temple of the Five. And then I would enter my prayer.
Okay. And what do the rest of us want to do?
Is there a temple of Sidon around?
Oh yeah,
I'll visit that temple, see if it's the same as I remember.
it is. You're back. Oh, you missed a lot, Brogar.
And Corbin would like to go up to the altar,
Mhm.
and I would like to leave the 20 squares game as an offering. But I want to remove the piece that would resemble the queen and keep it.
Oh,
okay.
damn.
I
Oh,
like
you're pissing
that.
him off, man.
I like that.
Wow.
I like that.
As Dan would say, savage.
So, so Brogar asked the question, what is the name of the leader of the Minotaur that joined the crew? His name is Brogar. And he is depicted as a massive Minotaur, and he's missing one horn. Alright, so you go, you leave, take 20 square game, take the queen, savage.
Well, if anyone else wants to do something, I was just going to then visit Fisk again, since it's the next day, and ask him if he's made any progress selling that, and that I'm interested in buying any magical items he might have on offer if he has the coin.
I believe it is. It hasn't been an extra day, has it? No, it is still the same day.
Oh,
It's like later. It's like
oh yeah.
No, it's later. It's later in the day. Yeah, but it's been.
Oh
the
yeah,
same
no,
day.
then never mind then.
We've just been popping around.
Yeah, and it's still raining, by the way. Foreshadow, maybe.
Corbin will walk back to the boat because his wings have probably stopped working by now.
Yeah, 6. They're what? It's 6 hours, I believe.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Yeah, they would have stopped by now. All right. Anyone else?
Arcadia's going to go to the Academy of Nitros, where she's been there in the library before. And we don't have to RP, but I just want to give her an in-character reason why she would know about certain magical items. I mean, she would do some research about things that would protect her from falling. She would do some research about things that could possibly increase her wisdom and insight. She would ask actually if there is a permanent teleportation circle sigil in Nitros. You would think that the Academy would have one because it's such a big magic place.
And one of the scholars looks at you and he says, "With all due respect, madam, I cannot divulge that information to you."
Okay.
Tell
Any
me
of the
he's making it
information?
for a play.
Well, the information about the teleportation circle.
Okay. But I'm just going to get some, in-character reasons why she would know about, like, say, a ring of feather falling, or a iron stone for insight, or even a tome of knowledge. But not that she could afford that for sure, but, she's looking for things that she can try to get. I just wanted to make, because Arcadia would have never heard of that. So I just wanted to make an in-character reason for that.
Cool. I actually like that. Instead of people like, "Oh, I want this because of this, and want this because of that." Like, how would you know? You never heard of these things. But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
But
Okay.
considering all the crazy stuff that we're having going on here, Ravik's going to go shopping and try and find some scrolls of clairvoyance, arcane
that.
eye.
How would he know
Yeah.
these things?
Well, how would he know about clairvoyance, arcane eye, and also scrying? I think that sounds.
Give you shit. Scrying. Yeah. Let's see. NPCs, no items. Okay. Scroll.
Because right now they need to do a little sleuthing in order to figure out what's going on in this world.
All right. So.
Oh, and and quick, if this doesn't take any time, can Arcadia just do a straight exchange of like silver pieces for gold like Gravik did?
Yes.
Thank you. That's 10 per, right? 10 silver to a gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll also swap some money around.
You don't have to tell me. You're good with that. So scroll, scrying, scroll of clairvoyance, and what's the other one?
Arcane eye.
Arcana.
Was he able to find any scrolls of those?
You are. They are not cheap.
No, I wouldn't think so. Scrying is a 5th level spell.
Man, if only you had
only I had 100,000 gold.
access to some kind of money here.
Jeez.
Hang on here. Let me get rid of these.
I think if Demetrius finds out he gave up that much gold, he might actually kill him.
Yeah, you guys never really settled your differences with the play, I don't think.
No, we never got much of a chance. Corbin didn't find out much about it. He just witnessed Demetrius chuck him overboard and said it was about a play he wrote.
Hey, let me see how much exactly
I
that.
think I'm the only one that hadn't seen it.
Yeah, I think so too. If you want to watch it, it goes on a couple times a day.
No, I still don't know much about it, so I'm not interested.
Fair.
So I've got that's the most expensive scrolls ever come to like 3,747 gold. I have 445 platinum, so I think that's what would that be times 10? So I have 4,450. So it'll break the bank basically, but I can buy all of that. So let me just calculate all that up.
Where do you find the shop or the store?
Oh.
I have to share it to you.
Oh.
So if you want to buy, yeah, there you go. And now it'll just subtract the gold. So now you have to convert.
Okay. So let me just.
Now I think if you're gonna try to convert it into your actual spell book, that there's
Yeah, there is a
you gotta
cost
do
for it.
There's a thing you gotta do. Yeah, DC 10 plus the spell level.
This is why Corbin smash.
Yeah, Corbin just smash.
So that gives me 85 platinum and 8 gold pieces left. So how much would it cost to learn is it you have to spend a certain amount of money, don't you, in order to
Yeah, money and time.
Yeah, money and
Whether
time.
it's in your class or not.
Yeah, it's I believe 50 gold plus 2 levels. Or plus
Isn't
2
it-
50
Isn't
plus
it half that if it's
in your spell book.
not in your spell book, if it's in your wizard?
Wizard can copy a spell scroll into their spell book for 50 gold, level plus 2 hours, not counting wizard schools. Your school is what, Evo, I think? What kind of
I'm sorry, what was
wizard are you?
that?
What kind of
What
wizard are you?
magic school?
I'm evocation.
Evocation, okay.
So you get a discount for that.
That's a divine, that's divine.
Yeah, none of those are evocation spells.
Alright, so it would be 50 gold plus 2 hours per level. So like a level 3 spell would take 150 gold plus 6 hours, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you also got to make a check to if you can even. So whether it goes through or not, it's still gonna cost you the money.
Yeah.
Trevor's locked himself in the bathroom again.
Yeah, he's in the room. So which one are you gonna do first?
I'll do clairvoyance first. It's level 3. So what would that be? It's be a 13 check.
Yeah, 13 Arcana.
Okay, so my Arcana is already plus 12, so I think that even if I roll a 1, I'm gonna succeed on that.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I'll just spend so what's that?
150 gold.
How much gold? 150?
Yeah, 150.
Okay, let me just subtract that.
And that would be 6 hours. So that would take you well into the night.
so that's down to 70 platinum now.
Be 2 exhausted graphics.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was looking
I'll
for.
add clairvoyance to my spell list. That's a level 3 spell.
Now, you're gonna take a rest, or are you gonna try to do another one?
I'll probably wait. I think we're almost done with this session, unless you. If I can get another one off, he's gonna take a rest. But if we manage to have enough time, I'll try and learn another one of the spells.
Which one?
I'll get rid of clairvoyant. Rid of that. I'll try scrying this time, which
Right.
is a level 5 spell, so I need to roll a 15 in order to learn that. And it's a level 5. You said it's 50 gold each time.
50 gold per level plus 2
Yeah.
hours. So
That's 200.
so it's going to take you 10 hours to do that. So you're going to be. This will take you into the morning of the next day.
Yeah, so he'll take a rest before he tries to do anything else.
Okay. So you roll us an Arcana. DC is 15.
Okay, you just want me to do Arcana 15.
Oh, you almost rolled it bad. Yeah, you can copy it over.
So that's 25 platinum.
Yeah, 10 hour. Cool. How about everyone else for the rest of the evening as Grabber locks himself into his room again?
Arcadia's gonna go look for that Tiffany's lady.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Nico
can absolutely
will go
find
to
her.
a potion shop.
All right.
Demetrius will go with Nico.
All right, let's do the potions. Come in, my lords. Come in.
How much for 4 greater potions of greater healing?
Greater healing, you say? We can do 220 per each.
20.
Wow, Arcadia wanted to go to that one. Remember, hers was 492 for a single one.
I will hand over the 880 gold for the 4 potions.
All right, and just add it to your. Do you have? I'm sure you have one in your
Yeah, I have
inventory
some.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nico will do the same for 4 graders.
All right, same thing. 880. You can just add it to your inventory.
Let's see, we got 4 here. Nico's gonna look at the shopkeeper and say, "Do you have potions of giant strength?"
What kind of giant are you looking for? We got. I think I have a couple different ones. Any? Do you have a specific?
Do you have a fire giant?
Fire giant. Give me a second. And he comes out and he hands down a vial of liquid and has a sliver of something floating inside of it.
Is it a toenail?
If you look at it long enough, you can figure that it is definitely a toenail.
And I thought that was a different timeline.
I think that might be it. What do you want for it?
And he says, for you, 1,712. Very specific.
Hey. I gotta click on the potion thing.
So there's a little arrow to the left of the potion. Just click on that. Yeah, then if you're satisfied, click the buy button.
Awesome.
And there it is.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. You go get them, sons of bitches.
That I will. That I will.
And he looks at Demetrius, and for you, sir. Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right. And both you boys, you hear a loud crunching sound coming from behind you.
I'll turn around to see what it is.
And you see a woman. She's crunching down on a pickle, and she looks at you, Demetrius, and says, "You called."
Kyra?
And let's find out what happens next time.
My God. Oh,
Wow.
Sus.
holy shit. Ah,
You called.
Sus Kyra.
Super sus.
Clonra.
Clonra? Oh, I like that name. Very sus.
Call her Chloe.
Chloe, there. Chloe for short.
Chloe.
just got cray.
I think it's been a little crazy now for a couple sessions.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is very odd. But yeah, that'll do us. We'll be back to next week on the 10th, and we'll find out exactly how sussy this shit is gonna be. Especially because allegedly there's another Kyra in the temple getting prepped for a funeral. So
Wow.
Hopefully we trade it up.
wow.
Well, he does worship an evil god now, so I guess it makes more sense.
You're not wrong. But yeah. That'll do us. Yeah, that was fun. No combat again, though. It's 2 sessions for no combat.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we're trying to suss out this whole alternate timeline.
Wait, what did you say? No what?
No combat.
No chance for
combat.
Fred. I almost opened the box. That might have done it.
Well, the box is locked and no one has the key.
You do have a rogue. Maybe she'll pick the lock.
Corbin can pick locks.
Corbin smash.
Yes.
But now Gravik's gonna have a bunch of spying spells now.
Great.
Sus.
No,
That's all you
no one's
need.
gonna be safe.
That's all you need is you go to sleep and you see an eyeball poking out from your armor. Oh wait, no, that's Corbin.
Yeah. Just let it know. Corbin sleeps in the nude.
Corbin sleeps in the nude.
Yeah. But
All right. That was,
probably could actually be
that was a
useful.
good session today.
Yeah.
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 Hopefully I didn't piss Sidon off too much.
I mean, you took the queen piece. I mean,
That savage man!
surely there's going to be some kind of repercussions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you pissed him off.
Just trying to let him know that she's gone.
You know,
Yeah.
you didn't even have to put in effort because I'm pretty sure that pissed off is his default state.
Yeah, exactly.
So now he's super pissed off.
But alright, stream. Thanks for hanging out today, and we'll be back next week, and we'll see what happens. So we'll take care. Okay, bye.